Howdy everybody, Michael Mass here, and welcome to the Disney Dining Review. Today, or well tonight in my world, but today we are headed to Tony's in Town Square. It's the restaurant over here right as you walk into the Magic Kingdom. So if you want to know everything about Tony's, let's go in. And if this is your first time on the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's go! We have checked in here at the counter. This is a Italian restaurant here in Magic Kingdom themed on one Lady and the Tramp. So it's all Lady and the Tramp themed. So we're gonna check it out. Hopefully we can rock this with some Italian food. I'm a bit picky when it comes to Italian, so you never know. And here is a look at the menu at Tony's. A very special place, a very place for a very special occasion. Let's start off looking at the menu. First we have the beverages, the hot tea, the coffee, the regular beverages, the Coke, the Diet Coke, as well as anything you might expect there. We go on down the menu, you're gonna have your wines, your sparkling wines, your white wines, your red wines, and your beer all here at Tony's. All of those ranging from $8 a glass to $14 a glass, then $35 actually to $59 a bottle. We have the antipasta, kind of the salad portion of the menu, maybe actually not pasta, antipasta portion of the menu. And that goes from the caprese, the house salad, the seasonal soup, the zucchini fritti, calamari, Caesar salad, pasta fagioli, and the Italian cheese dip, ranging from $9 up to $12. And as we look at the main menu here at Tony's, we have the chicken parmigiana, the braised short ribs, the chicken fettuccine alfredo, the Italian trio, which looks like your favorites, your chicken parmesan, your baked rigatoni, and your fettuccine alfredo. You have spaghetti, shrimp scampi, ravioli, the sustainable fish, as well as the margarita pizza and the vegetarian pizza. All of those ranging from about $19 up to $32 on the main entrees. Well, we have been seated here in the front dining area. That here is I would call that pretty much the main dining area. It's much bigger, it's much more room in there. We're in the front dining area with a view of Main Street, and there's one more area outside of that. There's tables basically out on the front porch, I guess you would call it a front porch, that are right on Main Street, USA. So that at least this restaurant has going for it, is that you're basically sitting on Main Street, USA to eat dinner. One thing I have noticed though is this restaurant, there's not very many people in here and it's quite noisy. I can't imagine if this whole thing was packed. It would be really noisy. Coming out first as a precursor to the meal, as in most Italian restaurants, looks like we have some bread with a little bit of olive oil and some spices. And before you know it, the food was already here. This might be A, because it's really close to closing time, or B, because I knew what I wanted as soon as I sat down and ordered it. As you can see, I got the trio, we got the Alfredo, we got the chicken parmigiana, and we also have the rigatoni. We have completely finished the meal here, and it's time to look at the dessert menu. I will tell you this, I'm too stuffed for dessert. I had that whole meal to myself, so dessert is just gonna be a figment of my imagination on this one. You have the coffee, you have the dolce seasonal cheesecake, the gelato, and the raspberry sorbet. You also have a chocolate cake down here. On the other side of the menu, you have the cannoli and the tiramisu, like you would expect at an Italian restaurant. As I was sat down, I did ask for an allergy-free menu as well, and talk to the waitress. There are definitely vegetarian options here, and you can do vegan if you need to. Just make sure to ask for one of these allergy-free menus, as they are a great help, as like I'm starting to discover all around Walt Disney World. The meal is over and I've opted for no dessert. Give me a second, let me pay the tab, and I'll meet you outside where it's a little less noisy, even though the noise has cut down quite a bit because they are closed now. And we will talk about Tony's. Well, we have stepped outside of Tony's, and like I told you earlier, you could set right on Main Street basically. This is the outside portion of Tony's. So you definitely could set right here. Bam, steps from Main Street, USA. Let's talk about the price. The price was $32 before tip. Throw on a pass holder discount, save 10%. Throw the tip on. Now let's get to the important subject at hand. How was the food? Well, somewhere between Olive Garden and Mom's. Like that's what I'm gonna say. And I know that's a wide range. It really depends on which part of the food you're talking about. The Alfredo I thought was probably the worst thing on my plate. On the low end, I felt like I probably could get that sauce probably out of a jar. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was close in taste, but much better in texture than what you would get out of a jar. Definitely really creamy. Just the taste kind of was, I don't know, it's kind of low end on that for me. Next part, the rigatoni. Some of the noodles were a little overcooked, I will say that. The sauce was good, not great, but it paired really well with the best part of the whole meal, and that was the chicken Parmesan. The chicken Parmesan was the highlight of the meal. Overall, what do I give this meal? And I'll tell you what, I'm kind of struggling here because I expected a lot worse. Does that sound bad? Like, I just saw Tony's off to the side for so long and didn't expect it to be any good whatsoever, and it definitely had some redeeming qualities. At the same time, I'm not going to be choosing to eat here anytime soon, mainly because, well, I'm not going to come back to a place that was just middle of the road for me. In that 2.5 to 3 M's range, like, I look at 3 as just like, just making the cut. 2.5 is just below it. I will tell you this though, as I talked to the waitress, she said, guess what? There's a new head chef in town, and some of the menu is going to be changing over the next couple of months. So I probably need to give this a try again in the fall. We'll see if that happens. I'm not really sure because there's a lot of other Italian places that I need to try. Maybe not a lot of other Italian, but I definitely need to get over and try Trattoria. This food was unfortunately average at best. Average. The sauces were average. It just didn't feel like a $32 Italian meal. I will tell you this though, you could share that meal. You easily could have shared that meal. 2 people could have sat down and ate that meal. As long as you don't have like a huge appetite, 2 people easily could have shared that meal. Well, what is going to be my final thought here on Tony's Town Square restaurant in the Magic Kingdom? I'm in front of the store. Wow, like 2.5. I'll tell you this though, the service was great. I had a great waitress. That's the redeeming quality. That might bump it up to a 3. The atmosphere is fun. It's right off Main Street. If we're going off of atmosphere and service, that all bumps it up a little bit. So like I said, I'm wavering on that 2.5 to 3. Food was 2.5. Everything else was kind of a 3. Like I said, you're right off Main Street. I'm gonna give it a 3, like a 3, but it's not gonna be on a must list. It's not gonna be on like, you gotta go eat here. Like, try at your own discretion. Be warned, the food might not be up to par, but the service and the atmosphere is really, really cool. I think that's about all I have to say about Tony's restaurant. Give it a try at your own risk. At your own risk. It's definitely not on the recommended list for me, and it's not on the just avoid list. It's in that middle of the road category, which doesn't really fit anywhere. That is gonna be it for this week's Disney Diner Review. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and if you have, give me that big thumbs up. Hit that like button down there. I will see you next time, guys. I will definitely see you next time. Thank you for your time. Here's to life.